데자뷰가 무료 배포 중입니다. 타임오프 꿀템이에요. 샘플, 멜로디, 코드 속도를 반으로 줄여주는 플러그인입니다. 하프타임 같은 거예요. 힙합 R&B에선 속도를 늦춰서 사운드 디자인할 때가 많은데 그럴 때 쓰면 좋습니다. 룹, 스무스, 페이드, 인아웃 등을 설정해 원하는 사운드를 만들 수 있어요. 조작도 간단해 초보자분들이 쓰기 좋습니다. 다운받는 법은 프리 다운로드 누르고 이름과 이메일을 입력하면 됩니다. 이 링크로 가시면 추가 플러그인 3개를 무료로 더 받을 수 있어요.
Here's one. As you can see from our first example here, this one plugin, this one effect can change the entire mood of everything, and depending on which layers you apply it to, you might have a certain idea and it goes one way, but this plugin opens up a whole new world of options. And whether that be for a breakdown, for an intro, or often it inspires me to take a song to a whole different direction. But I'm gonna go into some different examples here to show you how else it could be used. Here's another R&B loop I have, and we will play the before and go ahead and apply deja vu effect and see how it sounds after. You can get a lot of these almost like demonic vocals sometimes out of it, very ambient tones. You can just get this feeling out of stuff that wouldn't normally be there. And this is applied to the whole.
UAD 에센셜 에디션 크로스그레이드가 83% 할인 중입니다. 플러그인 11개 묶음이에요. UAD 딱 필요한 꿀템만 모아놨습니다. 풀텍 EQ, LA2A, 센츄리 튜브, 옥시드 테이프 리코더 등 믹싱할 때 쓰면 렐 꿀이에요. EQ 컴프, 딜레이, 신스 등 초보자분들이 쓰기 좋은 아이템입니다. 힙합 R&B 하시는 분들의 강추예요. LA2A를 무료로 받으면 업그레이드가 가능합니다. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
So in this example, we're going to look at some simple piano chords. I've switched over to the original LA2. This is the predecessor to the LA2A. It's got its own vintage vibe and tone and character. It's got the slowest timing, and I think it's going to do a really good job getting these piano chords to have some character and sit in this mix how I want. Let's take a listen. So you'll notice that this compressor is taking these soft piano chords and it's elongating the decay, pulling them forward, giving them a really nice presence that I like. So as you've heard, the LA2A Leveler Collection gives you 3 easy-to-use tools that add warmth, character, and presence.
버추얼 피아니스트 번들이 25% 할인 중입니다. 피아노 3개 묶음이에요. 보그, 바이브, 스코어입니다. 힙합 R&B는 물론 영상음악 작업할 때 쓰기 좋은 사운드도 많아요. 스코어는 45개 피니셔 이펙트와 175개 이상의 프리셋이 포함되어 있어요. 미디를 시퀀서에 바로 끌어다 사용 가능합니다. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
Key of C. Isn't that nice? You can almost write a song with these progressions here. And the key switches down here, these alter the complexity and the style. Oh man, Steph, thank you. I'm so glad you can hear now. I can hear you now. I can hear you now. When you pick a key, it will intelligently do the minors. So we know if we're playing in the key of C and we go to A, we play an A, just one finger, it'll play an A minor. And if you do an E, it'll also do an E minor. So it's intelligent enough where it knows kind of like how to voice the chords.
옥스포드 다이나믹 EQ가 74% 할인 중입니다. 레알 EQ 꿀템이에요. 역대급 할인 중입니다. 보컬 믹싱할 때 레알 꿀이에요. MR과 보컬을 굉장히 잘 붙게 만들어줍니다. 사운드가 깔끔해서 트렌디한 곡 만드시는 분들의 강추예요. EQ와 컴프를 동시에 쓸 수 있는 플러그인입니다. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
Was under the floodlights, placed your hand upon my cheek and simply said, just hear me out.
And bringing this in.
Was under under the floodlights. Placed your hand upon my cheek and simply said, just.
And there, if we have a listen to this band 1 and I solo it up, we can hear it's catching the plosives on the P. On that P there. However, the real business end is this band 4, and if we preview that one, there's not much happening in that section. But if we go on to a section where she goes up to higher up in her register, things start to get a little bit edgy. Listen to exactly what's going on. And it's around there that we really want to control. And that's exactly what it's doing if you let it. Compared to. And again, it's subtle, but there's plenty more range if you want to pull it down more. So what do I think of the Oxford Dynamic EQ?
트랜지언트 쉐이퍼가 88% 할인 중입니다. 역대급 할인이에요. 드럼, 기타, 보컬 믹싱할 때 쓰면 꿀입니다. 펀치, 서스테인을 메인으로 조작하면 사운드에 댐핑감을 넣을 수 있어요. 쉽고 빠르게 효과가 나타나서 작업 속도가 빨라집니다. 초보분들에게 강추해요. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
All right, so I already have it on this track, and in this one, it was a pluck from a hardware synth, and I didn't want to go replay it and plug things back in, so I was like, well, shit, I'll just use a Transient Shaper. You can see here visually on the audio that the energy decreases over time. And let's say, hypothetically, this was the main lead of this section of a track. That could be a bad thing, right? So what I did was I used the Transient Shaper to increase the sustain. Right? To make it sound natural, though, the amount of sustain that you add to a track like this can't be more than the actual attack. So I just messed around with it. There it is off. And there it is more even. You can see the gain change here really easily on the interface. So let's say this pluck wasn't punchy enough and it wasn't cutting through the mix.
언치프가 61% 할인 중입니다. 레알 믹싱 꿀템이에요. 사운드에 캐릭터와 풍성함을 줄 때 쓰면 레알 꿀입니다. 특정 사운드를 제거할 때 써도 효과적이에요. 믹스버스에 써도 좋습니다. 사운드가 답답하고 밋밋한 분들에게 강추해요. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.